Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing this Majorette Jaguar E-Type, absolutely classic British car, and let's see if this model really brings out the best of the original. If you're into diecast cars and Transformers, please do consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you. For those who have subscribed, massive thanks. Really cool that you're part of the journey while I create just random cars to fit into a diorama, some of which are upcoming releases and some of which I've had to go through into the past to see if, and then on eBay to see if they're available. So thanks a lot for joining the ride. I'm going to be building up my collection later on my Instagram. I hope to one day post a lot of cool pictures of all the cars I've got together, and yeah. Okay, this is the packaging for the Majorette Jaguar E-Type. This is a new one, vintage. Comes with a collector's card. I'm not sure it's a premium car because it would say premium, but let's find out if the wheels are rubber. On the back, not much here. I do suggest having my own Instagram as well. I do recommend connecting with Majorette because, especially Majorette Australasia, they're really good at chatting with fans, and it's really nice to have that communication and good banter. So I really enjoy it when the companies interact with the fans. These are all the licenses, like you can see AMG, Jeep and so on, and then just some safety stuff really, and recycling. But yeah, that's about it really. Let's get this guy open. First, here's a quick look at the card. So you get a picture of it with, I think it's maybe France or something in the background. And you get some facts and figures. Whoops, that just fell. So we've got 12-cylinder, engine size, 276 horsepower, speed in kilometers. Maybe I'm in the UK, yeah. Let's get the miles in there. 8 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers. Curb weight, and then torque. So yeah, it's nice to see these facts about the car. I think that's a different picture, a different angle, sorry. Yeah, right, let's have a look at the model itself. So this is it, and people have already mentioned about the wheels not being the greatest. These are plastic, so this is not a premium Majorette version. It would be nice to have had the rubber wheels, and I think there'll be quite a lot of wheel swaps on this particular model. The casting itself is very, very nice, and when I saw the Majorette tray at Sainsbury's recently, this was one of two I picked up recently, so really stood out, and maybe I'll get one more of these. If I like a model, I'll buy a couple. So at 157 scale, a bit bigger than it should be, and then the actual, then 164. Or maybe I'll have a look. I know there's a brand, a premium brand, GFCC, which are doing, I think they're unlicensed though, Jaguar E-Type castings. They're doing hard tops first, and I saw pre-orders for this convertible version, and I've seen the quality of those. They look really fantastic from the design aspect, but in terms of the material durability of unlicensed casting, it's always a gamble until you get it really. You don't know what plastics they're using. Is it ABS? Is it just PVC? You know, these materials, the quality of them really makes a difference to the collectability and the durability of them. Anyway, I'm rambling on a bit. So let's get back to this one. Classic car in green, in British racing green, and it's a metal flake. So when I get into this hobby, I realised that older models, especially like some Tomicas and Kyoshos, they have paint rash, which is some sort of chemical oxidation process going on from the metal underneath, like because Zamac is like an alloy and it has to be made under specific conditions, and if there's any contaminants, it can really cause the metal to react, which then causes bubbles, which then goes under the paint, or through the paint layer, and it looks, it can really spoil a really nice model. But I've heard that metal flake as well lasts longer than just straight up stock paint color. So maybe they've blended something in, which is really nice. And I think the effect is really cool as well. Normally it's just dark stock, you know, dark plain green. So there's a bit of a sparkle to it, which is nice. Okay, so we've got the vents here. We've got this line where the engine is supposed to be. So I think some of the older models have like a leather strap here, which has not been put on here. And then we've got this silver paint for the doors, which is good to see. And we've got these bumpers around here in plastic. This is a bit loose, so you can see you can move it up and down, but it's going to stay in place and it's quite durable. And that is the upside of having a car from one of these toy manufacturers like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Majorette, because they're quite sturdily built, so you don't have to worry like, oh, it's going to snap off and stuff. So that's one of the advantages, and you can really, you know, roll it along and play with it, and it's quite durable, and it's a great activity for me to play with my kids. So back to this model. On the other side, pretty much the same. They didn't, although they've designed it, they didn't like colour this black or silver on the frame of the windscreen, but they did include, I think there's probably mirrors supposed to be right there, or is it clips for the hood? Maybe, yeah, let me know in the comments below. Is that the hood clip? Just to confirm. But look at that, really nice silhouette. You know, you've got this slight curve over the wheel and then on the rear wheel as well. So this is a really good casting, you know, for £3. This is, yeah, you can't really complain, to be quite frank. You've got lensed headlights at the front, and they're looking great. You know, you've got like Tomica and Siku, when they do them, you can see the plastic insert into the metal and it just looks like they've got eyes, like it's that Cars film. But here, you know, you don't get that. And that effect just pulls me out of the make-believe of this, you know, this illusion that I'm holding, you know, about like I have an illusion about the real car when I'm just holding a toy car, and it takes you out of that illusion when you have like those eyeball headlights. So, and then we've got the indicator light here. We've got the Jaguar logo there. Let me try and zoom in on that. Let's see how well we can see that logo. Check that out. You can see that Jaguar face right there. Raw. That's looking brilliant. Nice details. And while we're at this high zoom, let's have a look at the interior. Look at that dash. Really nicely done steering wheel. It's not just a simple blob like you would get with matchsticks. However, that gear stick is looking very blobbish, but I totally understand why they've done that. You don't want bits to randomly snap off, especially when it's a toy. See the handbrake here. Overall, really cool model. You know, they've even got the texture for the leather seat, the bottom part here, and the texture for this hooded part too. Really cool. And then on the back, you can see the boot. Let's see. There we go. E-Type Jaguar. We've got the tail lights here, and they've incorporated this plastic part of the bottom in through this rear sort of bumper, and it integrates the different layers of the model very well. I've got the fuel part here, and then underneath, not that many details really. Got the exhaust part here, and that's about it really. The rest is just a few more details. There we go. Here we go on the turntable, looking fantastic. Although it's not 164, by changing it to 157, having that slightly bigger size allows for more sort of subtle or nuance casting, where, you know, especially this curve, this silhouette, which is really famous for, there's, you know, higher chance the designers can get it correct, because if it's smaller it becomes even harder to really compact and crunch that design into a smaller size. But here, really cool job. So yeah, my only drawbacks just the wheels, like those rims. Yeah, not too impressed with that, but it is more than compensated by the casting itself. I just want to double check if this model had a leather strap here. Maybe it was one of the racing cars instead, like a racing version. And other than that, you know, like I say, for £3, brilliant model. And Majorette, do some more of these, please. This is a great direction for 2024 and beyond. Okay, hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and hopefully see you in the next video. Take care.